this right now. Go, Roy.
Go, Roy, go!
I was off on their heads. I already had 2 kills. It was
just no
split.
self-promotion.
It would have been a split 6-on or something like that. I don't know.
Go, Roy, go. Go, baby, go, baby, go, go. Go, baby, go!
Got the...
Alright boys, I'm just going to take these next couple seconds just to explain what this video is going to be about. I'm just going to be giving a couple tips that I think would have helped me when I was first starting sniping. And I'm just going to be explaining a couple things that I've recently figured out about myself. I have almost 23 days played on Cold War, so I think I have the experience to be able to help. Alright, so for the first thing that I tell people to do whenever they come in my stream asking for tips is to go in a private match and play for at least 30 minutes against bots. This could really help you in the long run if you do this every single time before you get on. Whether it's team deathmatch, hardpoint, free-for-all, whatever game mode you want to do, it's all just to try to help you get your shot on before you get on. Alright, so whenever I do decide to play private match, this is usually what it looks like. 5 bots on my team and 6 enemy bots. The game mode I choose to play is hardpoint with unlimited time and unlimited score. I also like to put the bots on my team on recruit and the bots on the enemy team on recruit. Remember, you're not playing bots for a challenge, you're just trying to get your shot on before you go online. Alright, so now that we're in private match, I'm just going to go over a couple of the things that I do while I'm in game. So Alright, so the first thing I want to point out, and probably the most important thing, is obviously centering your shot. That's one of the biggest things you could do. You don't have to do it in this game, but if you want to make sure that you get the kill before they even have a chance to shoot back, you need to make sure that you center your shot before you scope in. Another thing that you might notice is that I'm sliding a lot before I shoot. This is something that I like to do a lot. You know, it catches your enemies off guard. Obviously, these are bots, but when you actually do it online, it works a lot more often than not. Sometimes I don't even do the full slide. You can actually see me slide canceling. And the way that I do that is when I'm halfway through the sliding animation, I actually just press the button again. If you ever find yourself only needing to do like half a slide, then that's all you got to do. Alright, the part that I want to show off in this clip is where you see me just tapping LT a bunch. I like to call this feathering. I do this in positions where I expect someone to be coming from, and ultimately it makes it so that you aim in quicker. It's like you're getting ready for someone to run out, but you don't actually know they're there. I do this almost all the time, but I'm just going to show off a couple of clips where it shows the most.
I don't look bad. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, 5 on, finally.
Mo too. Mo never talks shit in game chat either.
Oh my god!
Hey.
I'm just like running around shredding. This thermal kind of.
Oh.
Go.
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 Keep going. Keep going.
Go.
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 It's not only that will help you, you need to know spawns. Now I could go on every map and show you exactly where every spawn is, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go back to one of the perks that I told you guys to use earlier. If you want to learn spawns quickly, all you have to do is use the forward intel perk, which I feel like a lot of people don't know. This perk shows where they are spawning on the minimap if they're out of the minimap range. I'll show a couple clips on screen where they're spawning outside of my minimap range and you can see where it's flickering to show where they are. I promise you that is not because there's a UAV in the air. That is the perk working. But on maps like Nuketown, it most likely won't work because the whole minimap is showing, because not only does forward intel do the whole spawning thing, it also widens the minimap range. And if you don't want to use that perk, you can also just look at where you're spawning. Anywhere that you spawn on the map is also a spot that an enemy could spawn. So just try to remember where spawns are and you'll always know where you need to be. Where your teammates are on the map also does matter. So if your whole team is mainly on one flag or one side of the map, you can just expect them to spawn on the other side. So for the last thing, I'm just going to go over my settings again because I think this is one of the biggest things I could show. My sensitivity, the aim assist I decide to use, my FOV, I believe any of these things could help. Alright, so for sensitivity, I like to use 1111. I really use this sense because it's not too high and it's not too low. I feel like it's right in the middle. I believe this is a sensitivity that allows me to be the most accurate. For my low and high zoom, I stick with the default one. For my button layout, I use tactical so that I can slide with my right stick. This setting allows me to slide without taking my thumb off the analog, meaning I can still aim at people while sliding. For my aim response curve, I just keep keep it at standard. A lot of people recommend dynamic or even linear, but whenever I would change it to those, it made it feel like I had less aim assist, which a lot of people do like having less aim assist, but for me, since I'm playing on a controller, I might as well get as much aim assist as I possibly can. I do not like vibration, so I disable this, and for my aim assist mode, I like to use precision. Everyone knows that precision aim assist is the best one you can go with. It makes it so that if you do decide to drag scope, it's just super easy to tell when you need to shoot. And for all of these settings, I don't believe any of you guys care, but for the dead zone, I like to keep my minimum threshold for both sticks at 5, and obviously the max is 99. My controller does have some pretty bad stick drift, but personally I think it's better to just keep your dead zone lower, just so that the controller can pick up every little movement that you make. But if you do have some pretty bad stick drift, I think the max you should go to is 20. Auto sprint disabled, all these settings I think no one really cares about. For my field of view, I like to play on 99. You might be wondering, why am I playing on 99 when I could just go to 100? Well, I used to play on 100 FOV, but then one of my viewers, C's, told me that Sprat actually plays on 99 FOV, and I just switched to that. And honestly, it really did feel better. I don't know if there's any real reason behind it, but now I just play on 99 FOV. I don't know. For the ADS field of view, I like to stay on independent. My brightness is on 40. For the rest of these graphic settings, I'm just going to scroll through, no commentary over them. So if you want to see the settings that I use, just pause the video at whatever point. Alright, last thing I'm going to show is a couple of the things in the interface tab. This is all really just up to you, but I'm just going to go over my settings and tell you why I choose them. So for the HUD bounds, I put my horizontal and vertical margins all the way in. All it does is it makes your HUD more towards the middle of the screen, just because when editors want to do screen pumps and they want to zoom in, they will have a lot more room to be able to do that, and you'll still be able to see your name in the kill feed. So for the health bars on teammates, I make it hidden. I don't like seeing them. But for the enemies, I don't really have a reason why, but I like keeping them on. And for the last thing in the interface tab, I like to turn off the compass. I don't think you need a compass in multiplayer. Alright, so that's going to do it for the sniping tips video. I really do hope any of this helped you guys. I'll be live shortly after this video goes up trying out this new St. Patrick stockpile game mode. I've heard it's a lot like Fracture from BO3, which I don't know if a lot of you guys know what that is, but it's basically just like kill confirmed and hardpoint put together.